Hello everyone, I'm Fidget Frenzy, and welcome back to recreating Prehistoric Park in Prehistoric Kingdom! Yes, I am still working on this! A lot of games came out this year, and I got really distracted. But yeah, I am working on this again. Today's build isn't an enclosure, as you can probably tell from the title, obviously, but it is recreating Nigel's Den, as it's called on the map. It's essentially like where he hangs out, I guess, when he's planning the time portal expeditions and stuff. So it's the entire structure is pretty much a just a raised building. It's kind of like an Ewok village, I guess. Oh, that was me fiddling around with fences and stuff. It's like a series of raised platforms. According to the map, there's like 6 platforms, but also the map is mildly inaccurate. And by mildly, I mean quite inaccurate. But yeah, I just started with like building the first platform, I guess, on the ground and then raising it up to, yeah. I'm still bad with words. But yeah, I had, like, I had stopped because, a lot of games had came out, and then, like, once I was ready to start again, it was just like, oh, right, once I was ready to start again, I had forgotten exactly how everything looked, so I had to rewatch the entire series. Also, for some reason, as you might have noticed there, I can't feed my dinos. It's like, for some reason, I can't feed them. And like, I can order the food, but it's like, no, you don't have food. So there's a slight issue of that. So I can't really play outside of paused mode, I guess, without risking starving dinos. Like, I don't know if they can actually die from starvation, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Meaning, like, getting the money for, like, the next few, builds is gonna be a little annoying. But, yeah. I don't know what's going on there, but, like, it is, like, it is early access, so I don't exactly expect it to be perfect already. I mean, if it was, that would be pretty darn impressive. But yeah, here I'm just working on the railings. I think Nigel's office was the only part of the den, as it's called, that had, like, actual walls. The rest of it was more like open areas with, like, roofs. And there I go with the pillars again. And, like, I'm also planning to start doing Planet Zoo builds, because I recently got back into Planet Zoo again, and I was just like, this is fun. And I like the building, even though I suck at it. But yeah, I am intending to do some Planet Zoos. I've already got the idea for my first zoo. Don't expect it to look amazing, though. But yeah, right now it's pretty much just like remaking the same thing over and over here. The drag tool still doesn't actually work from what I can tell. But like, they'll get around to fixing it eventually, you know? But yeah, I am planning on doing some Planet Zoo as well. The thing with Planet Zoo and Prehistoric Park is, like, Planet Zoo's terrain and foliage stuff is, like, superior. Like, I really do prefer the terrain and painting and foliage from Planet Zoo to Prehistoric Park. But Prehistoric Park's building mechanics are so much better. It's like, oh my god. It's so much better than Planet Zoo's. Mainly the scaling. The scaling tool is so nice. It's so nice. But yeah, I just like copied over the 3 buildings for the other 3 buildings. Yeah, I can English. But yeah, like the buildings themselves were pretty simple. It wasn't anything special, just like a bunch of things on stilts. And I would like to apologize. I know a lot of this is probably going to look very off, and it might trigger some, like, I don't know, OCD, if that's the right term word. And, like, there's the beautiful scaling at work. And then I realized that the fence was floating a little on one side. And I just didn't want to bother. I apologize. I just didn't fix it. And I didn't want to. And at this point, I was getting tired of the railings, so I just, like, made the corners just walls instead. But yeah, that's pretty much the building itself done, like the structure. Like, it's not that complicated of a build, honestly, but like, since it had been a while since I last played, it was like a decent warm-up, I'd say. So like, it wasn't bad. It was good practice for getting back into the building. But yeah, that was essentially it. I just had to link up the walls. But then came my favorite part of any build. Clutter. I don't know why, but I love adding clutter to literally anything. But yeah, I ended up making a desk form, which once again would not be possible without the scaling. I cannot talk about the scaling in Prehistoric Park or Prehistoric Kingdom enough. It's amazing. I love it to pieces. And it's thanks to that scaling that I made blinds. Because like I just thought it was cool that I could make that thanks to the scaling. And it didn't look terrible. But yeah, like the office was the fun part, I guess. I had the most fun messing with the clutter. I just like adding clutter. It's something I love to do in Sims, in like Planet Zoo, and Prehistoric Kingdom. It's fun to me. I might be bad at building actual buildings, but I can do clutter. But yeah, this was like, this part was like supposed to be like a board, like maybe he's trying to decide which dinosaurs he's gonna go after next. All that stuff, so I made like, used the little signs of the creatures and used them to make like a little board of all of them. I was particularly happy with that. And then, oh yeah, that's when I discovered the topiaries were added. And now, on my favorite parts of the entire build, you might be able to guess what I'm making. But like, I mean, you can probably guess right now, honestly. I made a laptop. They didn't have laptops in the show, but it's just like, he needs a computer. Maybe he's doing research about what dinos to go after next, you know? And so I even went further and made the keyboard. It's not an actual keyboard that makes sense, but it gives you the idea of a keyboard. And I did make a separate little set of keys to be like, you know, the numpad. And then I like added the light in to be like the logo on the back of the laptop. Still no chairs, so he's got a log stool. I'm sorry, Nigel. That's why I discovered this light though and decided desk lamp. Once again, my builds would not be possible without the beauty of the scaling tool. It's so nice. I cannot talk about it enough. But yeah, there's a little desk lamp. And then I decided to add some sheets of paper on there. Speaking of desk things, I apologize if you guys can hear a fan. I have my fan going, and I kind of need it right now. Oh yeah, and there's the little mouse pad I decided to give him. No, can I have a mouse for the computer? Like the little pads on laptops just aren't great. And then I remembered around here that he's got like shelves and stuff full of dino fossils and stuff. Because like I remembered specifically the Sabretooth episode where he was showing the saber skull. So I decided to make a little shelf, once again, thanks to the amazing scaling tool. And I used the bones that the game gives you to add them in. I also decided to use the T-Rex skull to scale it down into a raptor jaw. I didn't use the rest of the skull though, because I figured that would be obviously a T-Rex, so I just used the bottom jaw. And I did size up one of the vertebrae, so it's more like, hey, maybe it's a sauropod. Oh, and then I decided, you know what, he needs a little T-Rex statue on his desk. I thought, you know what, he needs it. He'd love it, I bet. And I based the size off of my own Spinosaurus figure. That's still in boxes, I think, maybe? Or maybe I got it out already. Oh yeah, I've already got it out. I don't always remember what I've moved in and out of the boxes since I moved. But at that point, I decided it was time to add the trees. Because the den is in the treetops. This den, not only is it going to be the den, but I'm also going to be using it as a double for the Titanosaur viewing platforms. More clutter. I love clutter. There's nothing I love more than adding clutter. But yeah, that was me adding the binoculars for the Titanosaur viewing, because like the Titanosaur treetops, according to the map, are like right next to his den. So it's like, oh, this can double as a viewing platform. I was adding benches, at which point I realized that the benches, the desk was a bit too big. I don't want to bother with the keyboard again, so it's just going to sit there that size. It's also here that I decided to make the other side a food shop. Get some Bronto burgers in, a cupcake vending machine, and all that. I figured it would give me something to do with the other side because, like, you don't always get to see what all is around, like, in the building, so I kind of had to guess on quite a few things, in which I decided to add another T-Rex. I made this one a bit chunkier using the scaling because of the Prehistoric Planet series that I got to watch. Because the T-Rex in that was rather chunky and I loved him. I added a light there, and more clutter! All the clutter. We're getting kinda close to the end here. But yeah, I will be continuing the series. I think the next part will be the Microraptor / Archaeopteryx house, since we don't have the bugs, they're going to be taking that place. I added another rug. I like how the rugs turned out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're about to end off right here. I added the bins, obviously, because guests will die if you don't have enough trash cans. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!